Aloha and welcome to the PUNAtic Punk Rock Podcast. I am your host and congressperson. And here we have my co-congressperson, Mr. Fingers. Mr. Fingers, how are you?
Yeah, I prefer secretary, but that's okay. Co-congressman, okay.
You want to be secretary? Yeah, I
Yeah, or
guess.
bottom congressman. And this is my bottom bitch, Mr. Fingers.
And here we have my stabbing victim. What is it? Zadie? Zeta?
Zebo.
Zebo.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm gonna stab you. That's what's up. This is Zebo, certified alien, who is obsessed with penis.
Why you gotta make it weird?
I didn't make it weird. All right. And we are gathered here today to talk about aliens. Because well, this was a topic I wanted to get to, and then there was sad news on top of sad news. And well, let's talk about aliens.
Aliens. Whoa.
UFOs, or as our government is calling them, UAPs. Do you know what UAPs are?
Unidentified aircraft personnel.
No.
Oh,
You got the unidentified, right? Because that's the one that stayed over from UFO, unidentified flying object. It's unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Phenomena.
yeah. Okay. Oh, that gets my dog going.
Which is like even vaguer than like object. It's just a thing. We don't know. It's not even an object. It doesn't even necessarily need to be flying. But it's just unidentified anomalous thing.
And they say they're real.
Well,
there are unidentified things that are not real or real, according to them.
oh yeah. Well, unidentified things means like they're not identified. Like if you see all this bizarre like lightning pattern that's never been seen before, like ball lightning, that'd be an unidentified anomalous phenomenon until we identify it.
So, like, if you look at a photo of a house party and there's that blurry guy in the back, you're like, oh, who's that? You're like, I'm not exactly sure. They would identify that as a unidentified
Anomalous phenomena, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, it's
So
vague enough.
very broad.
It's vague enough for that would fit exactly.
Any kind of blur in a photo from them, it's like there's one. We don't know what that is.
Until we identify it, it's a UAP.
Wow. And they just put it in a big pile.
Yeah, so this covers all kinds of flying objects, photos, weird lights, strange sounds.
Bumps in the night.
Bumps in the night, yeah.
Ghouls.
And about a month ago, or was it 2 months ago? No, it was about a month ago. U.S. lawmakers from the House, all got together to discuss UFOs with 3 respected military men. Well, respected.
I hope they have like you do in the movies. There's like the Army guy, Air Force guy. Like, was it one from each branch, I hope? And then a guy in the background just wearing a suit, smoking cigarettes like an X-Men or Doctor Strange.
There were three witnesses came to give public information. They gave private information to certain Congress people and senators, but this is their first public coming out discussion about it. We have with their testimony Lieutenant Ryan Graves, who is executive director of Americans for Safe Aerospace. He was a former U.S. Navy F-18 pilot.
Okay.
The other guy we have is David Grush, former senior intelligence officer with National Geospatial Intelligence Agency.
That's a
And
thing.
yes, it basically collects
what?
everything we know about what's
National
in orbit and aerospace.
Aerospace. Oh, yeah, I see why we say that long now.
Yeah, and then we have retired naval commander David Fravor, who was a squadron leader and naval aviator for 18 years.
And a mysterious man in a suit, slowly chain smoking in the shadows, not saying anything.
Yeah.
He's so sick. You know what I'm talking about, right?
And every movie.
Supposedly that was a real guy,
Hmm.
like a
Uh,
Doctor Strangelove, the smoking guy, and like he was supposedly that was a dude from the Secret Service that was in the autopsy room when Kennedy got assassinated, and the doctors were like, "Can you please stop smoking?" And he blew the smoke in his face. He was the head of the CIA, the like Secret Service team that covered up the whole like Kennedy
oh,
assassination.
what Dulles brothers? One of the Dulles brothers?
I don't know. I just they used to like be afraid to like say his name. They always referred to him as like the smoking man. Like I think X Files made like a reference to him too.
Yeah.
But they was like described by doctors. I think that's like his first like real appearance was when they see the doctors in the fucking room, whatever nurses and shit described this like guy that was in charge of all the guys in the Secret Service that just continuously smoked, chain smoked.
Well, during this official government meeting, they did discuss like certain uh black book programs and like Men in Black kind of scenarios.
Dude, who knows the secret shit our government? Like, I would die to like be able to see like the real secret files of like, okay, this is what the fuck.
Yeah, this hearing was wild. And everybody was oh, so the Congress listen to the senators and congressmen is fucking torturous. They don't give a everybody's trying to spin it one way or the other or doing something with their home state. Well, back in my home state, we saw a bunch of lights. Do you have any connection with that?
What about the lights? Huh? The fuck is that, Mister
Uh,
Man?
we're not here to talk that about that specifically, but we'll
All I
uh
know is I woke up in a field, my asshole was bleeding, and there was a $5 bill pinned to my shirt. What do you got to say about that, Mister Senator Man? Huh? Huh? You tell me that, huh? You tell me why after I have 12 beers, my cousin Robbie is so goddamn irresistible. You tell me that, Mr. Senator Man.
uh,
Sounds fun.
I think he can, word for word, and with great detail. And these people came up to Congress to talk about their experience publicly. They didn't disclose a lot of the things they said. Well, I can't talk about that in this setting. I'm happy to talk about that behind closed doors. Um,
Tell me more about the meeting.
okay, well, let's play a song and then we'll get to the meeting. All right.
Yeah, yeah, let's rock a little.
This is a nice little jam here. Set the mood. All right. It's because
Is it alien music?
it is alien
What are we
music
listening
indeed.
to this evening?
Today we will be listening to it's
Do they deserve it, Sam? Do these people listening even deserve this song?
a band known as Monago from Oahu. They're a little chill space rock, space surf rock, if you
Okay,
will.
I can dig it.
And since we're talking about astro navigation, we'll be playing the song Astro Navigation. Try to make this alien themed. This is a surf space song, space rock surf song. Completely instrumental. It's just to get you in the mood of some creepy, spacey.
Yeah, this is for our alien friends. If you're a human, don't even
Thank
fucking
you.
listen to this right now. This is for aliens only.
And that was Astronavigation by Manago from the album Will You Be My Psychonaut?
I liked it. Sounds good. Thank you, Manigo. That was Cruise.
That was a nice. That was just a nice, good, fun song.
Yeah, it was a nice chill jam, Sit around,
Yeah,
pew 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 pew.
yeah. I thought you just cruising your car, just smoking a joint.
Hmm.
Very nice, very jammy.
All right, so our government had a meeting about the national security and safety implications of things flying around that we can't identify.
So, did Detective Navy Constable F-18 for 18 years, Junior Master Senior Sergeant? So, did they ever find out why they want our butts? Why do aliens want our butts? Did the government ever find out? Do we have the best asses in the galaxy? Because that's kind of a compliment at that point. But then there's that whole predatory element of stay away from my butt.
If I were to ask one of these three people, I would ask David Grush, the former intelligence officer. He might have some answers for you.
What did he have to say?
Let's get to him last. Honestly, he's the most
Oh,
interesting,
oh no.
as far as I'm concerned,
Here comes the message redacted.
because there have been a lot of sightings, not just by
Not just drunks in fields making
yeah,
meth, but actual legitimate scientists and shit. Guys that went to college, you
well,
know.
mostly air pilots. A lot of
Yeah.
Air Force
Some
pilots
of those
and
guys fly
commercial.
sober, so we got to listen to what they say.
Uh-huh. These
Foo
sightings.
Fighters, right?
uh,
Some of the first ones they reported, like in World War II, right? Foo Fighters.
yeah, I've heard that term, Foo Fighters.
I mean, it's been pilots. I mean, kind of, is it like since World War II, it's really been a lot of what pilots have said. We're like, well, maybe there is some shit out there.
Yeah, because I don't doubt they see some weird shit in the sky they can't explain. Anyway, but let's start with Lieutenant Ryan Graves, a former F-18 pilot, now executive director of Americans for Safe Aerospace.
Okay.
Uh,
Ryan, what did you see, Ryan? Ryan, tell me, show me on the doll where the aliens flew.
okay, well, Virginia Beach, somewhere around Virginia, I imagine along the coast.
Yeah.
Um, th- they had upgraded all their radars, and something kept pinging on their radars out and over the ocean, and so they decided that they thought that it was like malfunction or something.
Yeah.
So they sent a squadron to go investigate it. Uh, and then they identified it not just through the radar, but visually through infrared. And
So
they
multi-spectrum and also visual confirmation.
yeah, they got as close to it as what is it, 50 feet.
Wow.
And they said this thing moved erratically and way beyond the capabilities of any known spacecraft, especially nothing with a human body in it, because the G forces alone would kill someone. And they describe it as a 5 to 15-foot diameter, dark gray or black cube in a clear sphere.
Ugh.
Uh,
15 feet. That's not even big. That's small.
The death cube of Jupiter. That lady at the community center was talking about this.
Earlier, what was she saying?
Oh, she just said something about the death cube of Jupiter is coming to get us, and then reptile Jews and then some unhinged stuff about the LGBT community about souls or something. I don't know. She didn't really make a lot of sense. Also, I'm pretty sure the death cube of Jupiter, the picture she had was just debris from an Apollo mission. But you do you, lady. So no, but oh my God, they saw a cube.
A
It
cube and
might be
a
from
clear sphere.
okay, like a hamster ball.
Yeah, yeah, like a hamster ball.
Well, you want your cube to be safe when it's flying around the military installation, you know?
Uh,
If your cube's gonna bump around military stuff, you want it to have a nice little ball.
So this is not the first or only time they encountered these things. In fact, they became so frequent of
that they
encounters
become
that
part of the
when being
in-flight
briefed
you get your briefs
and going out into the air, they're
on,
saying,
like,
well, you
okay,
might
we're
run
going out.
into these
You may
Oh,
see UFOs.
objects.
Yeah, that's not unsettling where they just pre-brief you. It's not even like, sir, I saw something. They tell you to shut up or they'll kill your family. It's just, they're just like, hey, you guys are probably going to see some stuff. Just don't even talk about it. Wow. Okay. They were very confident that they'd have some witnesses.
This is what you do.
Try to pet them.
Yeah. Squadrons reported the incident, but there was no official acknowledgement. Most reporting of these things go like they don't get taken seriously because of the stigma around it. And some of them don't even report it because they're afraid that people think they're crazy. And as of 2021, all UAP sightings are classified as secret or above.
It's fine.
Uh,
Don't worry about it. Go back to sleep, America.
Yeah, they're saying we don't know what these are and we should investigate because, if it's a foreign drone, then, it's national security.
Oh yeah. I'm
Uh,
sure Kim Jong-un and his grandpa's formaldehyded fucking ghost that still gets a say because it's leader for life. I'm sure they made that in a warehouse out of grass. Yeah, I'm sure.
it's best to know these things are in the sky. And they talk about, the stigma of going public with these things because you're just taken as a loon.
I mean, at this point, I don't see why. At this point, us doing that is personally, I think, kind of inhibiting our growth as a civilization. We got to acknowledge this shit, and the sooner the better because shit, I mean, we could have been making probably better advances. I'm sure we made some good advances from alien tech in the past, but I think we could get better deals if we went public, maybe. At least people wouldn't be so like, I saw a light and it's they'd be like, oh hey Cleborp, what's up? You can park over there. Like, casual.
Mm-hmm.
You into this audience? Are your fucking little balls tingling? They should be. And people with non-balls. You're invited too.
Yeah, so this guy, after seeing all these reports and getting reports from his pilots, started the Americans for Safe Aerospace, which is just a UFO reporting agency, and try to get these taken seriously. I got a cool song for you.
Yeah, let's jam.
This is by Guitar Wolf off the album UFO Romantics with the song Nagasaki Jet.
Something, space kid.
Nice.
日のライブであなたを口説くため
And that was Nagasaki Jet by Guitar Wolf off the album UFO Romantic.
Fuck yeah, I like that song.
I like that very much. It felt very early on from the initial riffs, just sounded very much like Chuck Berry. Got some very Chuck Berry vibes.
Their accent was real thick. I can't understand them, but
Well, there's a different language. It's hard to understand a different language.
This is gonna sound stupid, and there may or may not be brain damage or drugs involved, but kind of want to say like a Japanese George Thorogood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So kudos, that was great.
Yeah, and just never just up that distortion. Always up the distortion till like it's screaming if you're not playing a note.
that was good. USA and rock and roll, yes. USA rock. I love King Brothers. He always says that. USA rock and roll. It's like he'll scream all this Japanese stuff, and they'll just scream that USA rock and roll. Well, yeah, fuck yeah, USA rock and roll.
I saw like a concert ticket with the King Brothers and Akasilka, and I was like,
One of my
"Oh
faves.
God, I'd love to see that."
Fucking King Brothers rule, dude.
We both kind of fucked up, and we didn't fuck up. The world like conspired
No, we fucked up.
against us. The world conspired
You didn't fuck
against
up. I
us,
fucked up.
and
I fucked up.
we couldn't go see the show.
Someone
MDC.
got sick, and then
Yeah.
I can't pick them up. And then I, before the show, signed up for a gig. I got offered a stand-up gig in Kona. I thought I could take off for 30 minutes, do a spot, come back. But it was like 45 minutes away, and I ended up having to stay there for 2 or 3 hours.
Fuck.
So I also fucked myself out of the show. But I don't know. At least we got to do some. I mean, I even had my super spreader shirt on. I was so pumped.
Yeah, I was so stoked for that, and I just couldn't that day and the day after, and
But at least we got some money to them.
yeah, not
That's
gonna ask
cool.
for no refund.
No. I was gonna buy
I was
some
just
merch.
stoked they came to the island.
I know. I was so stoked. We blew it.
Yeah. Oh well,
But,
the
you know,
universe
but
conspired
another 7
against
years.
us.
In another 8 years, when we get a really awesome legendary punk band, because that venue closed, the one that was bringing these punk bands.
Anyway,
We really got yeah.
next we're talking about Commander David Fravor.
Baby Fravor.
Davy Fravor. He was the aviation naval
His nickname
pilot.
in the squadron was Gravy. Davy, the Danger Gravy. Gravy. What was his name? I'm sorry. No disrespect. Kudos to the armed forces. I am dyslexic though, and I like that fun.
Yeah, he's a squadron leader and aviator for 18 years. One day, well, no, they also upgraded their radars, and they were seeing things off the coast of California. A bunch of objects were spotted for over 2 weeks that would come down from 80,000 feet straight down, rapidly descend to 20,000 feet and linger around there for hours and then go straight back up. Then 80,000 feet is space.
Well, damn.
Because physics. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see any problems with that whatsoever. Can I get some of that?
No.
Gas is expensive, yo.
And like the Navy was seeing these pings going like, oh, well, that doesn't seem like strange at all. We should probably go investigate. When they sent some people out to like intercept these things and figure out what they are. And they came into visual sighting of what's described as a small white tic-tac object that was moving abruptly over the water like a ping pong ball.
Specifically a Tic Tac,
Yeah,
not a Tylenol,
no,
not an ecstasy,
no, a Tic Tac.
not a Benadryl,
No, a white Tic Tac. So one of those,
not even an orange one.
not even an orange.
Fuck me,
Uh,
that is a phenomena. Who does that? OG.
had no rotors, no wings. Uh,
Okay, those have been seen for a long time.
yeah, apparently. Um, when the Tic Tac noticed the jets, it it copied its movements and stayed exactly like away from it, and then sped off rapidly.
Okay,
And this is one of the videos you could watch because they got the
I've seen a
imagery
lot of those. Yeah,
from the film where they lock on to this Tic Tac object.
I think I've seen that one. That's a really popular one as of a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that's the
the one that kind
guy.
of spurned the investigation on, isn't it?
Yeah, that's this guy.
Oh, cool.
He said this incident was never really investigated. He it was reported, it was on the news, but it was never really investigated. Um,
It's fine. It's fine.
and so he and a couple other people, Tom DeLong. Do you know who Tom DeLong is?
Yeah, yeah, of course. It's Blink-182 hero.
Uh, who is he again? Because I honestly don't know. I know he's supposed to be some punk guy, but I don't know who he is.
Blink-182, isn't it?
That sounds right.
Wasn't he like an alien guy?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because I think I saw. I want to know this because he was on the Joe Rogan pod. I'm a huge Blink-182 fan.
yeah. He, Tom DeLonge, and two other Academy scientists uh
That must be a different one.
have their no, it's the same guy.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. They started their own like investigation foundation and do I have that written down what the name of that is? No, I just wrote down that Tom DeLonge was part of it.
Even Punk is doing their part. Oh, if you can you call them Punk? I don't know if that counts as Punk.
And sure, why not? I'm inclusive. Uh,
I, yeah, I
it's
guess it
hard.
has to be.
Yeah, I like they talk about pranks and high school bullshit, melodrama, but
There you go.
it's what it
Remember
is.
Adam's song? Do-do-do-do-do-do.
I've heard worse songs.
I never thought the 16 just held such better days.
Oh
Oh my
God,
God.
shut up.
I ran into
Shoot me.
one of my
He's showing his true colors. He is an alien.
Brian, you came up to me and said, uh, Israel. He said I told him that when he was like 12. So it's true.
It's fine. It's fine.
When asked if they ever felt threatened by it, they said, well, no, it never acted threatening, but like anything that could move like that, if it wanted to kill us, it could.
Yeah,
Uh,
just fucking with you, nigga. It's like if we had an F-18 and we sent it back in time and just fucked around with the Wright brothers, just doing like loop-de-loops right in the middle finger in the sky to them, they'd freak the shit out.
mm-hmm. There's also been like all kinds of videos of like these Tic Tac objects too.
I've seen several, yeah.
Yeah, they're all over the internet.
Again, it reminds me almost of like a bathysphere,
I don't know
like
what that is.
like a diving bell.
I don't. Oh, okay, yeah.
It's like it's just I don't know, like it seems very closed off. Maybe there's windows that our human eye can't perceive, Like maybe there's stuff, maybe there's visible stuff like danger, door, get the fuck out
Like a
of the way.
trans-dimensional, like
Something it's not on our visible spectrum. Like
Like-
maybe to us, because we're
Diving
stupid,
bell.
we're like kind of colorblind to it.
no, I get it. I like a trans-dimensional diving bell where you can only like enter certain ways with like yeah, no, I get that.
Maybe. Because I mean, why would they
I mean,
we
yeah,
are essentially violent cavemen that our sticks went nuclear. So I mean, why would they want to send anyone of importance to here?
honestly, like the idea of aliens is just as equally as likely as time travelers to me anyway. But
There have been those cases of just people just walking around disappearing.
Mhm.
Shit.
I have drawings of what I think the objects look like.
Well, yeah, see, there's the cube, and then there's your cube ball to keep it safe.
Yeah, and a tic tac, yeah.
And yeah, that's well, duh. That's the transdimensional diving tic tac. But duh.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we use it to fuck with F-18s like all the time. Like, what else are we gonna do? Come on.
Let's see.
You want to get drafted to the Arachnite War on the other side of the galaxy? Fuck no. We're gonna do wheelies around these monkeys.
There was one incident over a launch facility somewhere on the West Coast because it came from the ocean, and where a large red square approached the airfield, and
That's not disconcerting at all.
yeah, they said it was the size of a football field, and
That's bad. Probably.
and it stayed there for 45 seconds, and then headed to the mountains, and it happened again within 24 hours.
Yee. That's messed up. Weird.
Yeah, a lot of hush hush about these, especially with certain commercial pilots. Like you say you saw something, shut up. We're not stopping the flights for any fucking reason.
Yeah.
We're making money. You can't. So what if you see aliens? Tell that to your therapist. Get back to work.
You said it came from the ocean too?
Yeah.
See, that's interesting because the fish people from Mars. Woo! They want our water.
Dagon.
Leviathan's nice, I think. I'm not going in the water. I'm not gonna find out. Ironic living on an island, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm on a mountain. It makes sense.
Well,
what are we listening to next?
Let's listen to a song called Search and Destroy by a band from Okinawa
Okay.
called 385. Song is called Search and Destroy.
Search and destroy.
Let's go.
search and destroy
That was fantastic.
by
That was, wow.
385.
Slapping that bass. Slap that bass. That was wow. And then it was funky. Is like the first 2 seconds of that, I swear my afro got bigger and I grew some platform heels. That was, and then beautiful singing. That was great. And then those drums, ooh, nice drums. Made my shoulders tired.
Yeah, they're from Okinawa, and they're one of my favorite bands. Okinawa's come up with some excellent bands.
Yeah, they're making a music scene apparently.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm
but
not that much in touch with the foreign
I'm
music.
not in touch with it either. But they
Yes,
sound
Mr.
great.
Connoisseur of the foreign punks or self-proclaimed.
Yeah, yes. I'm
has a supple taste of Okinawa.
You can smell the air in my thoughts.
What? What? So who's next? What is next?
The third guy on the thing,
This
David
government's coolest.
Brush, a former intelligence officer with the National Geospace Intelligence Agency, which is in charge of just collecting things we know that are in the air. And so,
That's who saved Balloon Boy.
yeah,
David Brush, what is your grievance?
he is the co-leader of the UAP and Transmedian Objects Analysis. I can't read my own spelling. I'm not
Let me
spelling.
read that. Let me.
Can you read my handwriting?
UAP. So it's WAP. Oh, the wait, no, that's just a capital letter. Yep. Yapto. It's Yapto. What's up, Yapto? Okay, so he's a guy of Yapto. That's a thing now. TM Yapto. Government owes me $1 every time.
Yapto. Where'd you get that?
Because the UAP TOA vowels.
Oh, it's Yapto.
Wait, where's the oh, the task force. Oh.
UAP
Wait,
task force.
But then
it's
also
the UAP task force.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, that's that.
I like mine better.
Well, he's a whistleblower after.
Nothing bad ever happens to that.
No, he's been threatened quite a bit.
What?
Yeah. Some people in the government don't want him exposing certain things.
Like his penis?
That probably too.
That was touched by aliens, allegedly.
Well, he will only speak about that behind closed doors.
With the aliens. Bring your fuzzy handcuffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like more so. Like they're like, they got those septuplets. Yes. A lot of tentacles.
So in 2019, he was assigned to identify special access programs relating to what did I say his agency was?
It's the UAP task force.
Yeah, the UAP
that
task
sounds
force.
so cool up in Yapto.
No, but this was more the National Geospace Intelligence Agency.
Oh, yeah, we can't say that acronym.
National Geospace Intelligence Agency? NIGIA?
Don't say that. That's why I said. Oh, as soon as you read it out loud the first time, I was like, oh, yeah, that's what we got to say that the long ways. And then you said it anyway. Why would you do that? Oh, no. You got to cut that out in post. Why'd you say nigga?
That's what the acronym says.
I know. That's why they don't use it by the acronym. That's why I said there's poor planning on the government part. And you're like, what? They just call it nigga. It's like, did you not? You just walked right into it. No. I thought we were past this point. I thought we nipped that in the bud early. Nigga. Yes. What is the whistleblower from nigga? What is? Okay, seriously, you got to help us out.
No. That's a great point.
What is this whistleblower from the National Geospace of Go Back to Sleep America? There's nothing in the fucking sky association have to say.
Well, when he was assigned to identify these agencies, he was given access to classified, lot of classified and above documentation and
But he's
access
talking
to the
about it
park.
now. I see problems.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Some conflicts of interest going
Uh,
on here. I just the
and so
logic part.
he was like cleared for anything related to, the subject, which is a lot.
Apparently.
And, he
Did he
specifically,
pinky promise he wouldn't tell anyone afterwards?
uh, yeah, he blew the whistle about a UAP crash retrieval program.
Uh-oh, that sounds really big. That sounds like a big issue. You probably shouldn't talk about that, dude.
They got some crazy stuff out there, man.
He didn't pinky promise. He had his fingers crossed behind his back, that sly guy who works with that association. Okay, so what did he allegedly, quote unquote, retrieve?
Well, he himself has never had any UAP encounters, but he
Right.
has come in contact with many, a lot of evidence and like videotape testimony that makes him believe.
I mean, the amnestics department can't get them all.
He said that many like many of this is top secret and above, and really only like certain corporate and state like uh people in and out of government and like Boeing's jobs, Boeing CEOs like go in and out of a tight circle of people who even know about this stuff.
This is like island level clearance.
Yeah.
If you don't get invited to the Buckfest at Epstein's Island, ain't getting on this fucking no clearance for this, buddy.
And also many of the things he was supposed to get access to all kinds of programs, but a lot more than he would like to. He was completely denied. Get more information upon the retrieval program, and he was denied access to a lot of material.
Even with his classified knowledge.
Yeah, they said that it was probably not within the field of his study.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
You know, we have 35 levels of classified that we're allowed to know about. I'm serious.
At level 35, you're allowed to know about the higher levels of classified.
No, it works down. It's like the opposite of DEF CON levels. Because everyone in the movies is like, DEF CON 5! And it's like, that means world peace. We're not even at that right now. Shut up.
And reported to the inspectors, his seniors and inspector general, only to be like sidelined.
God damn.
Some Men in Black bullshit.
Dude, my friend Dave, he's from Ridgecrest out there in Death Valley.
Mm-hmm.
He worked for a septic place, like pumping porta potties.
Yeah.
But one of their contracts was for the military base there. And his clearance was for everywhere on the fucking base because he had to clean the fucking shitters. Yeah. And he told me about, I guess he was describing rail guns, but we didn't know what that shit was when he was telling me about this shit years ago. Now it's kind of like public info, but he told me about seeing tanks that had holes melted through them, just like a hole straight through a tank. And we were like, I guess now it's called rail guns, but back then we were like, what in the fuck? He's like, I don't know, dude. I just saw this shit. I don't know how the fuck they did it, but it wasn't exploded. It was just like a laser hole through a tank. And he saw he would drive over like unexploded ordinances, and he'd have to like call them when it was on the road. And they have to like send a team to like, anything super crazy. He told me about some cool shit. He said they like film commercial too. Like these like giant ramps that he set up for like BMX, like motocross guys, and film these like $1 million all those commercials where the cars are like drifting in the desert on sand.
Yeah.
Is like this fucking spot out by Ridgecrest.
He's claimed to come across reports of retrieval of non-human biology from these objects.
He picked up alien jizz with his bare hands. You way to represent humanity, dude.
So alien cum
No, non-human is
or
basically
hair,
could be ants.
skin.
Like anything besides
Could be
human
okay. It
is
could be a
non-human.
fucking
Yeah,
a single-celled organism.
yeah. It's really,
Be
really
like a
vague.
mold we haven't seen.
Yeah,
It could just be mold from the 50s.
it could be. That'd be really strange.
It could be like you literally like we see the photos and it's just like
Could be a Bigfoot.
It could be a big.
They're not from space.
You know,
I mean, okay, some are, but that's different.
you know,
That's not
that's
the
my
same.
other theory is that it's not aliens. It's Bigfoot from the future.
Bigfoot from the future?
Mhm.
How did he get time travel?
Well, that's for us to find out
He makes fucking stick houses.
now. Until we destroy ourselves with global
Hey.
warming and they become the dominant species on the planet.
Again. Okay, where were we?
Funding of these weird programs.
What? I pay my taxes. What you talking about?
Yeah, and sometimes they go to like projects that you go, well, you're gonna pay that much for it. They're not. It's part of that.
Secret shit is expensive.
Yeah,
yo.
secret shit is expensive. This
I'm
came off the
assuming.
top. Yeah. And so a lot of these government programs that look way too expensive are really funding other things.
Well, duh. I mean, I figured that out by my lonesome. Like, no shit. They're gonna talk about, yeah. Come on, yeah. They're funding stuff that they can't talk about. Some stuff within reason, like probably the next generation of stealth bombers made with stolen alien technology. Ooh, that's a double whammy. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So we may never know. Let's play another song.
Ooh, what else we got?
This song is called Alien Train by
Yeah.
Endless Square from Beijing.
Ooh, we're crossing the sea a little bit. We're going to China.
Well, from Okinawa to China. From
I hear they get
Tokyo
along.
to Okinawa, China.
I hear they all get along great. They're all
Uh-huh.
bestest of friends.
And then the next band's from
always
Korea.
have been. Oh, see, they all love each other.
Mhm.
That's why they built that wall.
fuck yeah, Beijing.
They
When you take
are
over America, remember me and
west.
played your music and never talked bad about the Chinese government.
Oh, you could shoot me.
You can shoot. I will become one of your slaves. I will hopefully be a gesture in one of your high royal courts. That's what I'm aiming for.
Yeah.
Now I'm bowing down immediately. I'm telling you this. However you say this in Chinese, someone translate it.
And here is Alien Train.
I will be miles away. I will be miles away.
in Train by Endless Square.
Dude, they totally sound like Sonic Youth, like early Sonic Youth.
Right at the beginning, it was good. Then yeah, that was just wow. That was a trip. That was cool.
It grows on you, doesn't it? It sounds like a weird, obnoxious kind of new wave thing at first, and
Do you ever
they
listen to Sonic Youth?
no, I
Like pick up
don't.
just an old Sonic Youth seat? Oh my
Uh,
god, yeah, it's totally. I swear to God, if I could talk to you, like, yeah, you found like one of their old CDs, like Sister or something, and
That was great. I hope that square is endless, but I hope it has a safety bubble around it because those F-21s ain't no joke.
Yeah,
But
man. No,
that
no,
was
that's actually a good thing. It's a square, like the square inside the bubble,
and the in the
and it's
circle of
endless,
the
and
hexagram.
it's endless because it's trans-dimensional.
I thought
Because
you said you hadn't read the Necronomicon.
I haven't read the Necronomicon. I
You
never
almost
wrote the Necronomicon.
Whoa. Okay. Zebo approves slightly of your earthling ways. You looked
Uh,
different than how I thought.
well,
Was it hard writing that?
no, I used AI.
Oh, wait. Oh, that checks out actually. Anyway, I was gonna say that was fantastic.
Yeah, that was fun.
Who is next on the
Well,
uh
those were
okay,
the three
do they
witnesses.
have anything else to add?
The Congress
Like,
people
you
asked,
know what I mean.
like, if there's specific
Carl
corporations
Sagan's ghost is face palming in Valhalla at me right now.
or specific, a lot of specific things. Like, I can't answer that here, but like behind closed doors, I could probably do that.
What's behind a closed door?
that's what you want. You want to sit down with a congressman, and they make you turn off the tape recorder and like extinguish a cigarette into the table, and they're like, "This is off the record, okay?" And you're like, "Dude, those dark projects are creepy as shit."
Oh yeah.
CIA is always like, "We're not one. What us?" And then like and it's always after the fact. It's always like 20 years later, except for this one they found in Afghanistan. They found the salt pit, which was the name of it. But literally just found a recent one. So it wasn't like back from Vietnam. It was like, yeah, 3 years ago we found one, dude. A CIA torture area called the salt pit. So yeah, those black ops shit that they do.
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
those. And they come out and go like, "Oh, that was 10 years ago. We couldn't do shit about that. What are we gonna do now? Fuck, that sucks."
I know. Like, remember, I looked up this fact the other day. It's like 65% or 70% of Americans believe that the government was involved in the Kennedy assassination. When we grew up in the 90s, if you said, I believe Kennedy was assassinated by the government, everybody like, oh my God, this nutcase over here. Like, you can remember that episode of King of the Hill where Dale Gribble's obsessed with it, and everyone's like, what a cuckoo.
Yeah.
It's most Americans now believe the government was involved in it somehow.
Well, I won't say one way or other, but by the stuff we learn about the CIA every year, it becomes more and more plausible.
Yeah, every fucking year they're some
Another
creep.
thing comes out, I was like, "Oh, death squads in the jungle. That's fun. How many people did they rape? Oh, fuck."
Yeah, oh, we did bring crack into the hood. Yeah, no, we were like bringing in metric tons of crack into the inner city projects in LA. It's like I've said it before. I literally had black friends of mine in Tennessee that told me this growing up. I was like, dude, you're insane. They're like, the government cracked us. I'm telling you. I was like, okay. And now, fine, that's all true. Shaw Kim, well, Shaw Kim's dead. R.I.P. Shaw Kim. You're right, dude. Holy shit. Like, so many times we got high and he told me this. I was like, whatever, Shaw Kim. All right, you're right, dude. Up in heaven, you're right. I was wrong.
Like if there's things in the sky and we have a culture of people calling them loons,
Okay, then
we don't
like
investigate.
Venezuelan drug lords' houses,
Well, there has been
allegedly.
there have been reports in Russia of trying to shoot down some of these things, and
How'd that go?
badly because they jam the radars instantly, and the thing can shut down,
Oh,
and they fall to the sky, fall from the sky, fall
Yeah.
to the sky. That'd be weirder.
huh. Well,
Uh,
that was bad. Don't do that, apparently.
and so yeah, eventually the
Fool me
Russian
8 or more
government
times.
said, "Don't engage."
Took him a couple pilots, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have seen footage of like surface to air like fire, not can. Oh, I don't know if they're cannons. The machine gun fire of flak.
Oh yeah, the anti-aircraft,
Yeah,
basically.
anti-aircraft trying to shoot these things down and just no chance.
That's adorable. That'd be like trying to use a Dark Ages catapult, like not even a trebuchet, like a fucking catapult to like just try to hit like a biplane.
And so I went down a little, like not a far rabbit hole, but just searching like sightings. There seem to be quite a consistent ones. There's apparently a lot of sightings from flying to and from Hawaii. A lot of sightings north of Hawaii. Um,
I've heard of a lot of yeah. I've had one sighting personally, but no people in my family have had a sighting. My mom had a sighting back in the 90s or 80s, and my nice sister, I forgot. She told me this story years ago. I didn't remember till just before we started recording. Yeah, she saw something hovering over the crater one time. And yeah, so I mean, why wouldn't extraterrestrial life be interested in us? We're like the Galapagos Islands out here. We're like an isolated little island that has its own unique everything. I mean, they're gonna want to study this place probably. We're talking about UAPs.
yeah, specifically like over Hawaii.
Dude, you should talk to Tony about this. He's a telescope operator up on the mountain. I bet he would know some stuff about this.
Oh, he might. I saw a video of like the sky above Mauna Kea, where there was this weird object that moved erratically and then kind of exploded into a spiral and disappeared.
Interesting.
In fact, a lot of these exploding and disappearing like phenomena are ones recorded. The Tic Tac, there's a lot of recordings of that. There's a lot of recordings of the exploding and disappearing thing. I haven't seen any of the black square inside a sphere.
You haven't seen the death cube of Jupiter.
No, I have not. I wonder why there's so many different types.
Well, I mean, I guess the galaxy's a thriving place.
And you think we're just like
Maybe
like
they
a
update
tourist destination for strange life forms like we use like India or Bali. Bali specifically, yeah.
Maybe. I mean, maybe
Look at these
everyone.
primitive things in their own environment. Aren't they interesting?
I'm
Ha,
sure.
ha, ha, ha.
I'm sure we get visits from a lot of the intergalactic allegedly community, like for numerous reasons. Probably some politically to do with our government, maybe air quotes. Please don't kill me. I mean, hell, I mean, some of these abductions, maybe there were space slavers. Ooh, and I don't know. I mean, you got to think like if aliens are willing to actually behind closed doors make deals with our government, you got to think there's some shady fucking tentacle monsters out there that probably just want to do some fucked up serial killer stuff or something bad. So, coin toss on that.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I want to say human nature, but they're not human. I guess it's just the worst of the spirit, maybe. Like, I mean, I guess the spirit is kind of that's something we can all get behind, like energy. Like, I guess
I'm
they
not.
just bad eggs.
I don't know. I'm not. I don't believe it.
Oh, anyway, yes, you're sticking the mud.
Uh, have you ever had like weird encounters? Alien encounter or anything? Or weird
No,
space thing?
I worked one too. I worked at an old courthouse in Tennessee, and the last two people quit working there because they said they saw a ghost. And I never saw shit. The only thing I saw there one time that was creepy as shit was this old ass courthouse. And so I had like a first floor, those floors where there's like that little window at the top,
Mm-hmm.
but underground. But if you're like standing in the basement looking up at this window, it's like above your eyes. I was working there and I was a pretty bad security guard. They liked me because I was nice though. Like a lot of security guards are fucking assholes, and they would hire like little sweet old ladies, and you'd be like surprised. Like as soon as they had like an ounce of authority, they'd be like, "Oh, this is my building. You ain't doing that." And it's like, lady, like you're fucking security guard. Chill. So they liked me because I actually just like a doorman. I would just literally help people with the door and shit and be nice and shit. So they liked me. But as far as like doing my job, probably not that good. So like I used to work night shift, and I used to always go smoke weed up in the attic. This is the same courthouse I got tried in later too for smoking pot that ruined my life. So like, it's pretty. Anyways, there was 2 courthouses, the old one and the new one. I worked both of them and smoked pot in both of them. But this story is the old courthouse in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and working there, I just work all night, just read books. It's before iPhones and shit, and smoke pot and whatever. And then I came into work one day during the day because I'd get in there like whatever during the day. So I guess I was working until midnight. I would do second, third shift sometimes. Doesn't matter. Anyways, I get in and they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Great." And they're like, "Yeah, we kicked a homeless guy out this morning." I was like, "Oh yeah, like some crazy homeless guy came in." Like that happens all the time. Like, no, like out of the building. I was like, "What?" And they're like, "He was living in the building." I was like, "Get the fuck out." And they're like, "Yeah, we found him like up in the attic." I was like, "What?" And yeah, I was smoking pot. Some dude was like hiding up there. Who the fuck knows? And I was like, "How the fuck you guys find him?" And like, we saw where he got in. They showed me. They took me down to the boiler room, like deep in the basement of the courthouse, and he had found an open window. I guess a big storm had going on, so he opened up this window and crawled through. And it was the creepiest shit ever because when he crawled through the window, it was all this like Georgia red clay. He had these like claw hand marks where he like crawled in through that window like a
damn
animal. And I came around the corner and saw that. I was like, like that gave me major shivers down my spine. Seeing these like not bloody, muddy handprints where he crawled in and like you can see how he climbed down the wall. And I was like, "Dad was in there." Oh, and I couldn't tell him like I was up in the attic smoking weed all night. Like I had to be like, "Oh, that's weird. Yeah, attic. I never go up there." Oh, we have an attic? But yeah, that was fun. That was one of the only creepy things.
Well, let's play a song. I have 2 songs here. One called Search and Destroy, the other called Weak Point.
Well, Search and Destroy reminds me of like Metallica and Beavis and Butt. I go with the Weak Point because I don't got any. Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. Oh, yeah. The segue for this was like many of the congressmen and senators were asking about, well, like, if these things wanted to attack us, could they? Would we stand any chance? And like, no, we would stand no fucking chance against these things.
Me personally, I'd single handedly whoop every single one of their asses.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'd be fucked.
All right, yeah, this is you're gonna love this band or hate it. I don't know. You might hate this.
We
band.
haven't done a weirdo, shitty song in a while. We used to do them all the time, so I'm down if you play like.
Oh, it's weird. I don't think it's shitty, but it's definitely out there. This band's called Akira Death.
Akira Death.
Yeah.
Is it an Asian band?
Yeah, they're Japanese.
I don't know. It just sounded Japanesey for some reason.
Oh, because Akira is an awesome anime. That
Oh, is that one? Okay.
yeah, you
I
haven't
guess
watched
it's just
Akira?
a Japanese word.
I gotta make you watch
Right.
Akira, man. I think you'd dig it.
Is that the one with the motorcycle?
Yeah, and the giant blob monster.
Let's watch it. It's on YouTube. I need to just sit down and watch the whole thing.
It's a good one. It's one you must watch.
Anime guy.
Yeah,
Anime. I love Dragon Ball Z, and I love this one called Amazing.
no, I
That one
haven't.
I love. It's just about these like samurai that just like go fucking batshit crazy and kill each other.
All right, this is
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
this is speaking of which Weak Point by Akira
Weak
Death.
point.
Yes, and
Akira.
enjoy, everybody. I know I will.
Yeah.
And that was Weak Point by Akira Death off the album Destructive, Creative, something. I don't have the full name. Yeah, Destruction Creative.
That was cool. Was it a drum machine? I wonder if it was a drummer.
Yeah, it was just a drum machine. There's no drummer. It was just a fucking techno beat. And
It was like this was Corey Feldman. Skrillex was like, oh yeah,
that's one of my guilty pleasures is digital hardcore from that I fucking love Akira Death. They're one of my favorites. They sound like tech anime techno hell, and I love it. Well, I did see something strange one night. I was living on Wahiki Road,
watching over this place.
I could see I was
family.
watching over some guy's house.
Live on landscaper.
It had a big ass yard, and you could see the ocean from the shack where I took care of their yard. One night, like at 3 a.m., I don't know, the whole house is flooded with light. And I look around, I look outside, I see the lights.
I get up, I
coming
look
from
outside, and
the ocean, just a
massive
bright light.
thing.
And
the
I follow
ocean.
it, and it slowly moves, and then
Like on the surface or above the surface?
I can't tell. It's so bright. Like it was in the ocean.
You could just tell it was moving from the
Mhm.
direction of the
and
blinding
it was moving
light.
this way, and then
it quickly turns
it turned
direction
and
and
completely opposite
goes behind the trees,
but it
and
was like turning direction way faster than a boat can. And went behind the trees, and I couldn't see it anymore, and
the trees blocked it for me.
oh, I got you. Yeah, that now there are trees in between your line of sight and this object that was still in the ocean.
Yeah,
I got you.
that was strange.
Cruise ship, maybe a bright light, or maybe a search party.
Yeah, it could be a Coast Guard looking for a body.
Yeah, but it moved too fast.
But it what too fast or anything?
And it moved direction too fast, and it was just so fucking bright.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, no. I've had a couple unexplained things.
Go ahead, share.
Only two.
Mhm.
One was like, God, I was like a child. It was forever ago. I must have been like 14 or 15 or something, and I was walking up 7th Street here, and this was back in the day in rural Hawaii for our listeners, so there wasn't a lot of development. It was just literally like, roads and jungle. Like we have dense jungle. Like think Predator. It's like, you think of an Elvis movie when you think of Hawaii. It's like, no, think of like dense Venezuelan jungle. That's what a lot of us go through here. So it's walking up the road through the jungle. There's like a couple neighbors' houses here in between, and it must have been like 5:30 or 6 or something in the evening. So it was getting dark, but it wasn't dark. You could see like the peachy haze of the sunlight and everything. And I was a nerdy kid and I was out of shape. I'm a nerdy man now, but I was just really like I had asthma and I was just not really in shape. And I remember I was just tired from walking and I was looking at my feet and out of breath. And I looked up and in the peachy, like kind of cloudy sky and everything, just a nice hazes of like the sunset and the west. I was facing west, so I could see like the actual sunset and everything, or what was left of it. And I saw out of the corner of my eye, falling from left to right. So that would have been from south to north at a downward angle, a falling star. And it was like the first star I'd seen in the sky that evening. And I was like, oh, cool. Because, first star of the night, whatever rhymes to make your day better. And I was like, oh, first star. And I was like, and it's falling. And it fell at this left to right, south to north angle. And then it just stopped. And I remember stopping in my walk and like looking at it, and it just stopped at descent. And I was like, that's weird. And then it just shot off in the other direction, just in like the blink of an eye, like it just made a big check mark in the sky. And it went from south to north, just at an upward like 45-degree angle, I want to say. And then that was just it. After it cleared the clouds, it was just gone. And I thought it was a falling star until it just stopped. And then it's like, oh shit, we forgot the luggage. And they're like, they just did a Yui. And it's like, what the fuck was that? So yeah, and then my other one was, I want to say like 2 years ago. I was driving back from like this ex's place. I had dropped off her stuff, and it was definitely dark, and it was so cloudy. Like I remember you could see a couple, like if the clouds were parted, you might be able to see some moonlight or a couple stars. But then by the time I was driving back up Mauka, it was just impenetrable dark clouds. You couldn't see anything. But I swear, over the crater, over Pele's crater, I saw what looked like a football stadium in the sky. It was like when you're stuck in rush hour traffic in the winter darkness by like Kamehameha School Stadium, and it's like those football lights are right near. It was like that, but I could see it, and I remember some of the taller trees on the road. I had full direct visual contact with this thing for like 13 miles, I want to say, completely up Mauka, and I remember it was in front of the clouds from my perspective, but I remember trees in front of me, tall trees on the road would obscure my view, but then always on the straightaways I could just see it there, and it was there until I turned on the road to get home. But for like 13 miles, like maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever, because we got crap roads here, I had like direct visual contact, and it just looked like someone had put a football stadium about, I want to say, 20,000 feet above the crater. It was just there like a beacon. Wasn't blinking, wasn't moving, it was just static. But I was like, that's weird, and that shouldn't be there, and that's definitely not a star or the moon, or what the hell is that? And then I don't know, I was having a rough night that night. I got home and my ex said some things about me, so I dealt with that mostly. But yeah, and it was funny because a couple days before I was like, yeah, I ain't seen a UFO in like 15 years. And then literally like 2 days later, I'm like, who put fucking Kamehameha Stadium above the crater? What the is that? And I was stone sober. I'm on brain meds and everything. Like it wasn't some crazy hallucination. It was just like, what the hell is that? It was, so yeah, those are my only two personal encounters with the UAP, I guess the kids are calling it these days.
Well, all right. Well, I'm going to argue after this.
Well, what do you have to say about my encounters? Would you have any logical reasoning or outside perspective to add that I might have missed?
Time traveling Bigfoot.
Getting gang railed by an Okinawan punk band. I like it. I think that would add a little spice to our current reality. Let's do it.
The time traveling Bigfoot is my best guess, because I'm going to argue that space is still empty. And
it's called fucking space.
Yeah,
it's in the name.
So that leads me to a segue to the song.
Wait, so you don't
space.
think? Wait, oh, good segue. I was gonna be like, wait, nigga, you don't think about the Fermi paradox? Or...
Oh, I do.
Oh, okay.
And
we'll get back on that. Okay,
yeah,
yes,
we'll talk
segue.
About that after.
Empty space.
And
what
then
do we have? Where are they from?
They're from South Korea.
Oh, cool. My uncle's South Korean.
From the band
Ska Sucks.
Oh, wow. Those are fighting words.
Wait, what? Ska Sucks?
That's the band.
Edgy.
I love me some ska.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like ska?
I love ska.
Dude, it's one of the best music genres alive. Like, because it's got the horns.
But this band's from Korea. This is called Empty Space.
Empty Space.
To empty space. Jeep to empty space. Searching for myself. Nothing for me here. Jeep to empty space. Jeep to empty space. Jeep to empty space. Jeep to empty space. Your nonsense and broke behind.
And that was Empty Space by Ska Sucks.
Well, I disagree with your name. I thought that ska was particularly delightful.
From the album Out of Control from South Korea.
Hey, South Korea.
Yeah, we haven't got much from there yet.
My grandpa used to live there.
Oh. For a few years?
Well, stationed there. He was in there during the war.
Yeah.
He killed Koreans. I think it was the 9th Division Artillery.
So, what do you think? You think there's aliens?
Definitely. I don't know if we've seen them. If you're asking me, do I think there's other intelligent life out there, including as small as a single-celled organism? Definitely. There's no way. I don't know if we'll ever get to see them. We may just be too far from them. I mean, that seems to be like a lot of the guys I talk to.
But
it's so far. We may not be able to hang out with them.
These like aliens are here on Earth with these sightings?
I think they could be, yeah. I don't know. I'm like 50-50. I'm like, I don't know. Could be real, could be not. But I don't know. It just seems every time we think we know everything as human beings, we've been wrong. You know, like some dude on an island was like, yep, this is the whole world. Then they found another island. Or some dude was in Europe, was like, oh, this is it. And then they found North America. And the Indians, when Europeans showed up, were like, holy shit. So it's like every time we thought we knew it all, we've been wrong. So maybe ignorant to be like, no, we got it all figured out now. It's like we've always been wrong when we say that. So, like I said, I just look at space as like an ocean, and we're just now learning how to sail it. 500 years from now, like if we don't destroy each other with politics, nanobots or some shit. But
there is that. So I am going to argue that at the moment, we are the only civilization out there at this time and space.
With all the UAP, UFO, even the Sumerian petroglyphs and hybrid and the Alexander the Great's like, I saw a UFO time out the battle for 5 minutes, like in the Bronze Age.
Even with all that.
Okay.
I'm gonna argue that we are still the only civilization out there. Because he would think any civilization that could travel the vast distances from star to star would leave some sort of very obvious mark.
That's why we have the BPRD.
I mean, there are thousands and
majestic, whatever you want to call it.
Hundreds of thousands of people who look at the stars every day.
Yeah, and even some people thousands of years ago saw some abnormal shit.
Yeah.
And so you think it's just us, it's just time travel?
I mean, it's not. No, what I don't think is that it's aliens from another world, from another planet.
So you think it's just advanced tech that we can't talk about still?
Advanced tech or transdimensional or future.
Oh, that makes sense.
But because we would see something like, we might not see individuals, trees burning in a forest, but we see the smoke. We see the destruction our civilization makes on its wrist. We see, evidence of our civilization everywhere. We don't see any evidence of any space-faring civilizations, and you would think it'd be huge.
They do cover up a lot of stuff. Remember the Martian bees back in the day? That got forgotten about and scrubbed.
No, what are the Martian bees?
Oh, the moon rover back in the day. It saw these enormous bees, and an old grave site with very visible headstones. And good luck googling it. You can't find crap on it now. They scrubbed the internet 3 days later. But back when I was still working at the restaurant, that was a big thing, and I remember I was the only one talking about it because everyone else doesn't give a shit about weird stuff.
Not Martin bees.
No, you're not gonna find it. They scrubbed it, but so I don't know. I mean, okay, so interdimensional, extra dimensional.
Well, no.
Would it be? How would you? Yeah, is it inner or extra then?
extra inner. Inner would be, I guess, if they're from the future, it'd be inner. If they're from a parallel dimension, it'd be extra. Uh,
Okay,
but those are,
so it's paradox free, is what you're saying.
yeah,
That makes sense.
but like another argument that it's not like you
I've always said that the only way to actually do time travel would just be hopping to a literal, like the only difference in reality is just like you wore a different pair of shoes that day, but like it's essentially the same day. Like that would be time travel. It's just you wouldn't be able to do your universe over again, but you'd be able to alter someone else's.
Mhm.
Like that's time travel I can understand where it's just kind of you're hopping over a line.
And then there's more reasons why we might be like the first civilization out there.
Okay.
Because of this universe before, like we kind of got another Goldilocks situation in our time in the galaxy and the universe that so happened to create. Because
I mean, well, when the dinosaurs were around, we were on the other side.
well, I'm not saying there might not be dinosaurs on other planets. We're saying, space traveling civilizations, because it takes so many steps to get to space travel, that many of those potentials may have died off.
Yeah, back to the Fermi paradox.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called, or am I thinking of something?
No, I think the Fermi paradox is that
It's basically like
there should be,
how many steps does it take to not die and actually make it? Yeah.
and there's like it goes to like so many outrageous number, but then you look at how big the universe is and you go, well, yeah, okay, that means like 10 billion stars.
Yeah. But then there's dark forest theory,
Yeah, there is dark forest theory where
which I totally get behind because as someone who does stalk shit in the night with a gun, yeah, allegedly and also legally, it's pigs.
you want to talk about dark forest theory?
I'm saying, yeah, like just on the outside of our solar system now, there's like a Hitler speech, just like nothing, angry fascist stuffing, and like some alien's gonna hear that and be like, "Whoa, those guys don't sound chill at all." And I mean, like we broadcast shit out there, and it's like that's eventually gonna hit someone, and they're gonna trace it back, and it's like I think in terms of dark forest theory, we're already a little bit fucked.
The theory, the reason why we haven't like, we've been looking for aliens in space since we could look at the sky, and the reason we haven't found anything is because like they purposely keeping their footprint low as to not be spotted, because to be spotted is to be seen as a threat and potential for first attack, hostility. First strike makes sense on a civilizational scale because if anything is seen as a threat, then the time it takes to respond to one another may already be too late if one shoots first.
Okay, so then if we do this extra dimensional,
If we try to talk,
assuming faster than light,
yeah, if
travel,
we try to talk
then why
before
wouldn't
shooting, then
why wouldn't
we
any
might
of
die.
these probes have killed us already?
Good question. Maybe that's why they're keeping it hidden. They're trying really hard to not engage with us.
They're still leaving stuff around and doing weird shit, crawling around people's houses and cornfields and scaring people and making big check marks in the sky and hovering over the crater.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Have you ever heard of the Dogon tribe?
No.
The a Dogon tribe. It's in Africa. There's millions of them. It's not like this little tiny tribe, but there's maybe hundreds of thousands of them. But they're a large group of people, and they're in like rounds. They're above like the Congo. I forget which country exactly, but they're like northeastern part of Africa. And Europeans found them when they finally had like the medicine and shit, so they could like fight malaria and shit. So like that's when like British could go and they were like wearing pith helmets and shit and explore. And they found this tribe, and they were the first guys to meet them. And this tribe showed them geometry and algebra, like on the dirt, like scratched out geometry, sacred geometry, all these shapes. And they were like, how do you know all this? And they're like, they showed us, and they pointed to the sky. And like they came down from the sky and taught us this long, long time ago. And where they pointed to in the sky was just a dark spot. They would be like, "Oh, you mean that star?" And they're like, "No." They're like, "No. Beside that star, we can't see it, but there's something there, and that's where they came from." And the Europeans were like, "Okay, that's weird." And then years later, when we had better telescopes, they found out that there was a star right in that dark spot of the sky where you can't see with the naked eye, and that star is the closest star to us. And that's like a recorded thing that happened when Europeans found the doggone tribe. And then another thing that they said is they're like, is there anything else that they taught you? And they said they taught us how to build. And they go, what did they teach you how to build? And they're like, well, not here. They taught our people way far from here to the northeast. And what's northeast of them, like hundreds of miles, is like the pyramids and shit. So I don't know. That's one thing I've read about. And I was like, that's insane. And I've like read different sources about it. Like, yeah, the doggone tribe knew about sacred geometry, and they pointed to the spot in the sky where you couldn't see a star. But then years later, we had the telescopes there. It not only is there a star there, it's the closest fucking one to us. And it's like, how in the fuck do they know that? Like that, the star thing blows me away. It's like maybe geometry, you know, maybe like a wanderer or traveler showed them that, but to know the star is like, that's fucking crazy, dude.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Tom Robbins talks about it in a book, who's a great author. But then Tom Robbins is a great book who takes like shit that's like rooted in history and they kind of like makes a story off of it. But like, so it's kind of like that, like one of the things he talks about in his book. So like, I was like, is that all true? And I looked it all up. I was like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? The doggone tribe, that's all true. But he's a great author.
Yeah, a lot of that does. I'm looking through it now, just skimming through a bunch of this stuff, and yeah, there seems to be a lot of connection to Sirius and the star system and sacred geometry. It's okay. That's insane.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
So I like, that's one thing I've always thought about. It's like, how do they? And there's been like all sorts of, I know there's other stuff. That's the only thing I can like name that's like facts that I know. But like, didn't the Aborigines have stuff like too they talked about? Like, I know Native American tribes and stuff. Haven't they talked about?
Well, looking at the stars is, well, an old tradition. Why
Oh,
would you
yeah, it's
not look
true.
at the stars? That's how you navigate before GPS or anything. The stars are always there in the sky, no matter where
Yeah,
you
I think I
are.
tell that to like people don't realize. I didn't know that till I moved here, but like the Polynesians could read the stars like we read GPS.
Not
And
exactly, but close, yeah.
yeah, well, they
But
could way before Europeans could figure out latitude and longitude. They had this shit nailed. And if they
well,
listened to them, they could have learned a whole lot.
if you like, see a bunch of sacred sites from Native Americans and Africans and all around the world. There's always like star maps and stuff. Everybody's been using the stars to navigate since ancient caveman times. They just had the balls to do it on the ocean.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my God, I can't imagine.
Uh, but like to me, the suggestion we still haven't. We would think we would find something anywhere in the universe.
You said it yourself. There's billions of dollars of my tax-paying money going to people that kill people that talk about it and cover shit up and apparently manhandle Bigfoot jizz and reptile hair and all that stuff.
Well,
Allegedly.
until there's like more evidence otherwise, until I see it's equally as possible as time travelers and extra-dimensional.
Oh yeah,
There are
no,
equally possible theories of what these objects are.
Oh no, I mean look at the fucking chupacabra.
They're-
Come on, that's laughable.
They're time traveling Bigfoots. That is my that's my opinion on what these objects are. They're time traveling Bigfoots.
Do you okay? Do you know about the chupacabra?
The goat sucker.
Yeah. Do you know about that whole thing?
I know it sucks goats.
It did. It hasn't for like 30 years. But okay, it was in Puerto Rico.
Mhm.
Like one of my biological donors hometowns. And as of the 70s, like 80% of inland Puerto Rico is owned by private corporations that may or may not associate with the government. And it's like that thing probably just escaped from a lab. Wasn't an alien. All those sightings in Mexico, that's just a fucking dead raccoon carcass. But it's like, yeah, sometime back in the day, something probably escaped from a fucking lab and it got hunted down and, Jurassic Parked and dealt with. And now they're still making cosmetics that exfoliate your skin. And so, but it's like I think that's the last we've seen of the goat sucker. And I don't think it was an alien. I think we just had a Jurassic Park situation because, like you said, anything's possible.
Yeah.
I'm not saying these things couldn't be extra dimensional or time travelers or all of the above. I think it's all nifty. I mean, the universe is a complicated place. Might as well be. Make it interesting.
Let's do last song.
Yeah,
Um,
let's.
There are other sightings I could talk about. There's so many other sightings I could talk about. Big triangle above the Pentagon.
Uncle Roberts has an alien landing pad he set up behind there.
Yeah.
You've seen that. There we go.
Most of the people at Uncle Roberts are aliens down in California. All right, so this band's awesome. So I've been listening to a lot more black metal recently. I found a couple subgenres I really dig. But
Turning to the dark side. I like
one
it.
of, one of my favorites is cosmic black metal, where it's just
Awesome. I have not heard it.
It's okay. I read a little bit of black metal.
I tell you the weird one I've got into. You want this? Okay, it's medieval electronic music. I forget the name of it, but it's called like medieval electronic music. But I've been listening to that like cosmic black metal, and it's gonna be fucking wicked awesome.
a song called Dark Forest Theory.
No shit.
No shit.
I did not even see that on the roster. I was go wow.
From a band called Void Space.
That's two wrongs make a left. What? Void space.
I know.
Okay. I like it. It sounds
It's
sci-fi. Okay.
It's a double
Okay.
negative.
Where was it? Where are they from?
They're from California.
Oh, we're ending back in the States, are we? Okay.
Off the album Reducto ad Absurdum.
If you listen to this, your airbrush design in your van would be sick as shit.
Soviet military buildup on the island of Cuba. It is a harnessing of the basic power of the universe. 1941, a date which will live.
What is it you want us to do?
All right, that was
And that was Dark Forest Theory by Void Space.
Pretty rocking.
That was cool. I could dig it. I was already liking it, and then they hit me with the Independence Day reference, which I actually quote unironically. It's okay. I'm talking to like weeds or insects or what have you, pixels sometimes. But that was dope. That got a gold star for me. I'm not like really a black metal fan too. I was able to understand them, and I don't know if that's because my Danish is getting rusty. I will admit, I was humming some in my head earlier, but it was not the same.
There's all
There's a lot of black metal, all kinds of black metal. There's good, bad, ugly, degenerate, and fucked up, but it's all there.
all the colors of the dark rainbow.
Mm-hmm. And
Anyway,
that's
that'd be our show.
That's our show, fuckers.
Yeah, the government.
Aliens, if you're listening, don't hurt us.
Well, this is Zborp von Kleeblorps saying, stay out of my butt, we'll stay out of yours, unless it's consenting between adults. And what is the gestation period of that in your species, in this dimension? Woo! But seriously, though, there's stuff in the sky. Let's look at it.
Aliens, if you're out there, my message is give us cool space drugs.
Yeah, that'd be great. And take us off planet, save us from us destroying it ourselves.
Yeah, hook us up with some ozone. It's like give us a squirt,
Yeah, it'd be great. Just lend a hand, please. Take some of this carbon away. You can use it, right?
They probably eat it. They probably love that kind of shit.
Oh, that'd be great.
They love pollution.
If they came to Earth specifically to eat the carbon we put into the air, it's like, no, we love this shit. This is all we want.
This is what we breathe. Oh, yeah. This is what we made you for. You're
Yeah.
doing like what your purpose in Earth, like how every plant has a purpose. Your purpose was to destroy it and make pollution, and we're gonna come eat it all, and then the cycle starts over again. Like, what if that is our purpose? So
Yeah, we're
that was
just
to
being
fucking
farmed
destroy.
that way.
That
We're
was it. I mean, we're just like that's their thing. We're supposed to make plastic. That's the end. The end game is to just flood everything with plastic, and then they come eat it and reward us with cool alien technology
We'll
like
see
that
in the
gun from.
future.
Yeah,
We'll have AI and aliens.
I'm just gonna keep
Future.
throwing plastic in the ocean and making the aliens happy. That's what I say.
Mahalo for listening.
Thanks for listening. And
All right. Good night, everybody.
I had a thing and I forgot it. So
Mahalos.
good night. The aliens took my memory. Where am I?
Where is
Shit.
your mind?
I just had a time
Where
skip.
is your mind? The aliens took it in the galaxy.
What happened in the last hour? Where am I? Fuck, wait. Where am I? Why am I recording? Stop that.
Yeah, the government.